Hi friends, Lydia here. I had cut out these little, they look like little houses. You can make them as houses, or I made scarecrows. But now, since it's, the holidays and winter coming up, I decided to make a snowman. Not just any kind of snowman though. I'm going to make it a very girly, blingy snowman. So she's going to be in her Sunday best. So I found this pretty fabric that I've had. It has like these metallic roses. It's almost like a bronzy or rose gold. And I did make some changes at the end. And then I had this fur, so I wasn't sure if I should use the Dollar Tree mop. But then I decided to go with the fur. So with the fur, you can't cut with scissors, or you'll cut your fur off. My case would have been fine. So I had used, that little X-Acto knife didn't work. So I used this other little kind of cutter. I think it's more for paper, but it worked. So there we go. Just a little strip of that fur. And I'm just kind of sizing it, the size of the hat. I wasn't sure if I was going to make like one of those stocking hats. So I couldn't decide, back and forth. So I decided to maybe attach the beard. And I'm just trimming it a little bit because I needed room for the face. And I had made little, excuse me, clay noses. So I still have to paint it. And I made some that stick out, and I made some that lay flat. So I'm using one that lays flat. Just painting it there. Well, I was waiting for my glue tool to warm up. I've been down here cleaning my messes. I got a long way to go, but I got a lot done. Hopefully to do more tomorrow. And tomorrow my daughter wants me to go paint my granddaughter's room at night. And then again Wednesday night at night. Okay. Anyway. So I'm still having trouble with my glue tool. It's not warming up. So I'm thinking, what else can I do? I went looking for other little bling and extra things I could use. And of course, when you're waiting for the glue tool to warm up, it doesn't. So I had a hard time getting it stuck on there. But in the end, it worked. I hope you all are having a great day. Please check out some of my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love that. So it's Paint and Create with Lydia here on YouTube. But on Facebook, it's Paint Party with Lydia. I do some paint parties locally, nursing homes, assisted living, and in restaurants, and in people's homes, and all that good stuff. So, but I do a lot of crafts. So on my Facebook page, you'll see me doing stuff like this. So I'm putting the little hat again, trying to figure out stocking hat or just a regular little hat. Don't know what you call that one. And this normally would be quick, but I still hadn't, like, if I were to make another one now exactly alike, I would know what I want. But, just deciding what you want and, gathering your items is what takes time. So I wanted to stuff it a little bit because I didn't want, like, her head to be, like, flat, against the wood, the hat against the wood. So I stuffed it up a little bit. Still trying to glue with my glue tool. Sticking it down. I want it to be on the front and the back. Now, when I tied it, I just found this little, like, elastic string that was right next to me. So I was lazy, and I used it. But then I found out it didn't work that well. So still stuffing it a little more. How many snowmans have you guys made? I have made quite a few snowmen already. I'm on a snowman kick. I don't like being outside making the snowman. I did when my kids were little, but not now. Too cold. So, like I said, I think I used that little string, but it didn't tighten up as good. Adding a little more. Wanted the hat to be a little puffy. And then I ended up cutting that elastic off. I cut the excess off the top of the hat. And I decided, yep, cut that off. And I decided to just add a little ribbon. That was like a little beige ribbon. Still playing with the hat, getting it just right. And I think she turned out adorable. And I wanted to add some bling because this is going to be a fancy snowman. So right there, I'm just cutting the little top. I was going to put a pom-pom. I wasn't sure. But then I decided to just cut those little pieces. So it kind of looks like. I must be gathering other materials. Then I tried the gold ribbon, wasn't sure. Oh, I ended up putting, first I tried gold beads, but I didn't like it. And then I ended up with a little string of pearls. And I thought that looked cute. I really went overboard on this one. I really decorated to the max. So I ended up gluing. That's a totally dazzled, looks like it's a flower, but it kind of looks like a snowflake. So I put that there. I love totally dazzled. Still trying to figure out what I could put between the hat and, you know, the little trim there, the fur trim. So I went with that, and I thought that looked really nice. So that's like, what's it called? Again, Totally Dazzled has a, you know, the bling that you can cut into strips. Like rhinestone bling. Although in the end, I ended up putting a different, I just glued it right over it. I found this pretty trim that was like more pinky. And it had sequins that were like coppery. And I just thought it looked like rose gold. And I decided that I was going to make, it makes her look even more girly. So I changed it up. Even though that looked cute like that. So added the little cheeks. And then I decided, I could have put pearls too, but I decided to put those little tiny dots. Now, actually, you can't really see them. They're actually little, flat, like rhinestone beads. They look black here, but they're not. They're rhinestone. So they're white. Looks like little diamonds for her little dimples, or instead of white spots. And I decided to give her blue eyes. I'm being lazy. I'm just using it from the lid. Wasn't quite enough. And then on that eye, I got a little fluff in there. I might have been from that fur. So I'm trying to touch it up. In the end, I go back and I make the eyes a little bigger to get rid of that little area that kind of, you know, went off on the white. Now I'm trying to figure out a scarf. Now I had that old shirt. You saw like a tan or a khaki right there. That was an old shirt I had. It didn't fit anymore. I had great lace, so I cut off the lace. And now I'm using that for whatever I need. And so it worked out fine because it's a neutral color. And I ended up wrapping it, though, with some lace. Again, I want her to be fancy and girly, so I didn't just want that taupe-colored scarf. And this is stuff as I go along, guys. When I started, I just knew I wanted to make a girly snowman. So that's why you see me reaching for supplies and hitting my fingers on the desk now and then. So here I am, trying to make the eyes a little bigger so I could fix that spot. Which turned out fine because they were a little small. trying to find out more bling that I could use down there. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the mouth. Didn't know if I wanted dots, just, you know, paint dots or put, you know, little beads or something. And then I decided, well, since she's girly, she's going to have lips. So I'm drawing with a pencil some lips. I don't know how many snowmen have lips, but she does. Excuse me. So I'm painting in her lips pink. I meant to add a little red, I forgot. And now with a black liner brush and black paint, I am carefully making her little smile. I decided to bring it up to the cheek a little more. Then later on, I will outline with a fine point micron pen the lips. Didn't know if I put a jingle bell or more bling. And then I decided maybe should I put bling there, but I thought it was too much since I already had bling on the hat up top. But it would look cute too. I like that rose gold. Or maybe I put it down there. So I decided to go with this, again, totally dazzled, beautiful rhinestone snowflake. I think deciding takes more time than crafting, don't you think? Now, she's probably not going to stand because of her scarf. I mean, you can maneuver it around, move the scarf out of the way. But she'd be cute in, like, you know, on a shelf against something. Or, like, on a tier tray, leaning up against, you know, that center bar. I'm adding the white dots to the eyes, but then I end up changing them. And I think it turned out real cute, the way I did it. I think I just add a little white highlight to the nose. Now I could add a little snow, you know, snow text or something to her nose, but she's fancy. Excuse me. So she doesn't have any snow on her. She's all prettied up. Oops, I didn't realize the greens were in our way. Sorry about that. I have a little jar here with some greens. In case I need them, they're right here. Didn't realize that was hanging over the... Is it the whole time? Oh my goodness. I just noticed them. Sorry about that. Well, luckily you can still see the craft. Then I use this jewelry glue. Now that I've used it, I don't like it. I have to be very careful with it. Jewelry and metal glue. It seemed to work well on the pearls, but it's almost like using super glue. So my fingers feel horrible. And every now and then, like, my two fingers would get stuck together and I'd have to pull them apart. And yeah, I didn't like that at all. So at some points, I end up using just my glue tool. Oh, I did give the trim a little haircut. Okay, this is where, so the little white dots, I decided to add, excuse me, little tiny pearls. So now she's got like little 3D eyes. Oh my gosh, she is adorable. I wish you could see the little diamonds on her cheeks. And then I was like, the hat needs something. So I ended up putting, so I can go through my drawers, look for something. What can I do? What's blingy? What do I have? And and then I decide, oh, now I'm putting Oh, I think I'm just gluing down the little diamonds, the little rhinestones onto her scarf. And I'm using a tweezer to help sometimes. Yep. There you see the little sticky roll. I think I got those at Dollar Tree, actually. It has like little pearls and diamonds. And they're very sticky. They stick to my finger, but I wasn't sure. So it's a little bugger getting off, but I still use the heat tool to glue them on. But sometimes it gets stuck to my finger or they'd fall on the table. But I just did that. So down on that bow, I just added the little diamonds because she's going to have that snowflake. She already has it, that rhinestone snowflake. Did I add the pearls already on the hat? I'm not sure. I ended up adding pearls on the hat, and then I went back and I added the little tiny diamond little half dots there. Yeah, so I made it real blingy. Must be a very special occasion. So now I'm going and I'm putting in some of the little diamonds. Yeah, so I must have put the first thing I did was put the little pearls. And then I went back and I added some little diamonds. Well, rhinestones. Yeah, so I had to clean my hands because that glue was sticky. And then I decided on those little tassels up there, or the pom-pom, I added a pearl, and then I added some of the little diamonds too. So she's really all blingy. She's either going to a party or she's going to church. She's all dressed up. Just adding a few more here and there. I love the pearls in her eyes. I think it's just so cute. So here's that micron pen. I decided to just trace out the outline of the lips a little bit. And then the eyelashes too, I went back, made them a tad bit longer with also that pen, even though I had already drawn them in with my paintbrush.